Halloween is a season of fright, a season of monsters. But let's talk about the Halloween series of movies. What up there, guys? This is Jughead82, and we are into the season of Halloween. The scary stuff. The gloom and gloom. Horror. Yeah. And this is going to be giving you guys a synopsis of the Halloween series. I've seen all the Halloween movies, and basically, this is my critique of them. I'm just lying. There's no critique. There's something like that, but whatever. Let's kick it off with the original, the OG, John Carpenter's Halloween. I saw this movie when I was a little bitty juggy, and thoroughly enjoyed it. It's an all-time classic. John Carpenter is one of the best when it comes to directors. Love, They Live is like, that's my movie right there. But we are introduced to, of course, Laurie Strode. We see at the start of that movie, it gives you inklings of Michael Myers as a kid, but it's not, it's just like a random situation. His sister's at the house, supposed to be babysitting or whatever. She's with her boyfriend. They're having sexual relations. And young Michael was dressed up in his clown outfit because he couldn't go trick-or-treating. Because his sister, and believe it or not, I think it's more the fact that his sister was supposed to take him trick-or-treating, and she changed her mind because she wanted to get freaky-deaky. And, no, but I know, like, if you look at the Halloween movies in general, when you think about how Dr. Loomis states that I looked in his eyes, and all I saw was pure evil. Pure evil. And yeah, man, in the movie, like I said, of course, with Jamie Lee Curtis, amazing actress. This is like literally, I think I'm not for sure. Like literally, Halloween and prom night were around the same time, I believe. And yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis blew up. Her career just skyrocketed. I wanted to do like some impression video. I might do that later. It doesn't have to be on Halloween, of horror impressions of different scary movies. And it's like Dr. Loomis says, I shot him! I shot him 6 times! I shot him 6 times! And next time, aim for the head. But then again, he did aim for the head. That leads us to Halloween 2. And Halloween 2 is a continuation from the first movie to this one. So it's kind of like how they did recently with Halloween Kills. So Jamie Lee Curtis's character, Laurie Strode, is in the hospital after the attacks. So this all is happening on the same night. And basically, Michael Myers is basically still alive. He's ready to basically finish off. But the weird thing, like people have already said, because the original Halloween was what it was. It was, and then the sequel came out. Apparently, when I first saw Halloween 2, it was that Laurie Strode was Michael Myers' sister. But originally, that was not the case. Apparently, when it did air on television, they added these different scenes into the movie to fill out the whole story arc of Michael Myers being Laurie Strode's brother and sister or whatever, right? So originally, like I said, they say that kind of is more of the fact that with the newer Halloween movies, they retconned that, and yeah, it kind of makes you think though, like, you know, as it relates to the other movies that I'm going to talk about. But yeah, Halloween 2 was a pretty cool movie. It's been so long since I watched it, but I remember it was just, the movie is really all centered around the hospital. You know, Laurie Scruggs gets up the gurney. You know, her legs are boo boo, and she drops on the ground. And of course, eventually, whoop whoop, and Dr. Loomis once again to the rescue and stuff. Now, I did a review of this Halloween, and to me, it's a good movie. And there's a lot of people say it's a good movie also. That's Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. And Tom Atkins, I think that's it. Tom Atkins, another great actor. This movie right here also is pretty cool. I like the feel of it. The whole idea of course, the marketing of Halloween. Halloween, 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 da, 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 Halloween. But it's supposed to be like Long the Bridge is Falling. I don't know. But copyright. But yeah, with this movie, with the mask being the basically antagonist, pretty much protagonist, whatever. I don't know about this slang. But anyway, Halloween 3, of course, it basically moved away from the first two movies because originally John Carpenter did not want the Halloween to be more of an anthology, so it would be different things like Season of the Witch, probably the werewolf or vampire related, or something like that. And this was supposed to have been the reimagining, but the movie was, to me, good. I mean, first time I saw this movie was years ago, and I saw it on VHS, so I didn't see it when it was just like. But yeah, man, Hollywood. I mean, Hollywood. What the hell should I say? Hollywood. But Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, is a awesome movie. If you take away the Halloween title and just called it Season of the Witch, it just would have been a standalone movie. And like I say, I think that's probably what maybe kind of like shifted it for what it could have been. But yeah, still a good Halloween movie. It's not in the arc of the Halloween movies, period. None of the other Halloween movies. But when Halloween 4 comes out, now we have the return of Michael Myers. Even the people that directed and produced Halloween 3 season, we want to push themselves so far away from it. They was like, okay, we apologize for coming out with that movie. Now we're going to look Michael Myers back. See, Michael Myers is back. But Halloween 4, you have Michael Myers, but you don't have Laurie Scruggs. But you do have Jamie. Now, Jamie is supposed to be Laurie Scruggs' daughter. And Michael's back. He's trying to kill her off to kill the lineage. That's what like I said, like if you look at it from this concept of Halloween 1, it's never stated that Laurie Scruggs is Michael Myers' sister. The original version before the television edits and the stuff they added to it, it was never really even kind of pushed in Halloween 2. But we're going with that dichotomy, and I've always said that I didn't, like, as I was younger, didn't realize that this was the case because I only saw the TV version of Halloween 2, and I assumed that Laurie Scruggs was Michael Myers' sister. But anyway, Halloween 4, I can't give it too many because it's been so long since I watched that movie, as well as the fifth one, because apparently the fifth one and the fourth one are connected as well, but the only thing different is a year later. And basically they try to build Jamie's character as she might be the next Michael Myers and so on. In the sequel, she was even dressed up as a clown, I believe, yeah. But one that I did and do kind of remember a little bit more in is Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers. This is with Paul Rudd. And I remember watching this movie a couple of times. First of all, this movie, I didn't realize this but years ago that there's two versions of it. One version is not when it throws the whole incest thing, and if you guys know, just look at other videos. It's kind of creepy. Um, I can say this, that I thought it was weird that they killed Jamie's character off so quickly, and basically Jamie's supposed to be older, and she is pregnant, and she has a baby, and Michael kills her and all that stuff, and basically Loomis is back. This will be Donald Pleasant's last hurrah as the character, and rest in peace. And I think, to me, like, it's one of those ones that I've watched probably more frequently than the other ones, because like I said, with 4 and 5, I can remember glimmerings of it, but not too much to just, maybe I need to rewatch those again and probably get back into those. But now we have the hiatus. After Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers, it was like, 6 years pass. And we get Halloween H2O. And this is where it, like I said, it flips the script. Halloween 2 never happened. Well, 3 technically isn't even in the same arc. Because I forgot to say, in 3, they actually have scenes of Halloween in the movie on a TV screen. So, yeah, that definitely shows that it was not actually in that continuation arc. With Halloween 4, 5, and 6, these were a trilogy. They was connected. And it was dealing with this occult and all that stuff. And they wanted to do away with all that shit. They sat there and say, fuck that. We got to get back to the roots. But, so they basically had H2O say it's Halloween 1, Halloween 2, and H2O. So the other movies didn't exist. So the character of Jamie doesn't exist. So matter of fact, Jamie Lee Curtis in this movie has a son, and he's a college guy and all that. She's changed her identity and all this stuff. Still like this movie. H2O is a really awesome movie. I felt this could have been the closure. Many people do, especially at the end when she literally cuts Michael Myers' head off. But they say, what is in the corner? Trick or treat, motherfucker. Trick or treat, motherfucker. Trick or treat, motherfucker. But yeah, Busta Rhymes. And I just know, like, the weird thing about Halloween H2O and Resurrection is you have two legendary rappers in those movies. You have LL Cool J and you have Busta Rhymes, Flip Mode Squad. And LL Cool J, yeah, I'm doing it well. But anyway, just kind of think about that for a sec. That's crazy. But Resurrection, to me, I thought it was a funny, laughing movie. It wasn't as scary, period, as any of the other, or had that fear factor. Or just stuff. Matter of fact, it was fear factor. Now that I think about it, because you had people that were scared and they want to go into the Myers house, which was not even the real Myers house. It was a staged house for the reality show they were doing. You had Tyra Banks in the movie for about 2 seconds. Busta Rhymes did make that movie. I ain't gonna lie. I felt he probably was having a lot of fun doing the movie. Overall, Resurrection, I've seen a couple of times. Like I said, it was one of those movies that was in the same thing as I Know What You Did Last Summer, Scream. It was basically pushed to be one of those kind of movies. But all in all, it was alright. But Resurrection failed, and we didn't see shit until 20,000 years later. And here's the weird thing. Like, the weird thing about movies is when you have a movie that Halloween, that came out back in the day. Then you have this comes out Halloween in 2018. Halloween. So you have Halloween. And see, you know how confusing that shit is? And matter of fact, I didn't, and I know what you guys say. Why you didn't speak about the Rob Zombie movies? Okay, well I have watched both of those as well. And I'm gonna say this about both of them. I did like the first one. The first one that Rob Zombie did. It was pretty decent. Yes, I'm scratching on my arm. Okay, so, but anyway, yeah, the first one was pretty decent. Sequel was kind of, I mean, the horse and the stuff. It just, I don't know. I think that people, when you look at like the Halloween movies in general, should they have a supernatural feel? Should they be all? I don't know. I don't think so. I think just the simple fact of knowing that Michael, and plus that's another thing people like certain fans complained about when they talked about the Rob Zombie movies digging too much deep into Michael Myers' psyche of just basically humanizing him too much. The original Halloween is a scary movie because you don't have a fucking clue why Michael Myers is doing this shit. He's just fucking, like Dr. Lou said, he's pure evil. He looked in his eyes, it's pure evil. It was just black. You know, like, just that concept, to me, is what I think made those movies scarier. And when you have the peeling of of his character, it kind of dilutes it a lot with the material. But still, though, I had enjoyment out the first one. The second one's alright. Now we go to 2018. I've seen an album getting thrown out. But 2018, the first time I was looking at it, I was like, okay. But I might have to do a rewatch of it because some of the stuff in that one I kind of either was kind of not paying too much intent to. But basically, it's a long time later. Michael Myers is 60-some years old. Laurie Strode's character is, But here's the thing. With 2018, they basically wiped away. Now, with H2O, they wiped away, those movies, except for 1 and 2. With the 2018 version, it wipes away 2 as well. Because they wanted to kill away the whole idea of Laurie Strode being Michael Myers' sister. And that's where, like, you're going to have a lot of fans, including myself, being confused as hell. Because it's like, the retconning is like crazy. It dwindles on. Okay, so the reason I say that is because, like, if you think about it, if Halloween the original is the only time that this stuff happened to Laurie Strode, then why in the 2018 version would Laurie Strode became this vigilante and Michael Myers has been her only focus? I mean, it seems like it wouldn't make any sense because if you look at the ending of the original Halloween, it probably would have just been that, yes, she might would have had a little traumatic stress about it, but I think she probably would have eventually got back into a normal kind of existence. But not in this movie. They make her seem like she's been preparing like Rambo and all this crazy shit. So that means that she must have had more interactions with Michael Myers. It would have made more sense to still have the connection of the other movies to this idea of what would motivate her to want to do all that in that movie. But I digress. But yeah, I'm gonna have to rewatch that movie again because, like I say, just now recently I did see the newest one, Halloween's Kills. I wanted to do a review, but I said, everybody do a review of that. But I'm gonna just give y'all my critique of Halloween Kills. First of all, I thought the movie was put together pretty decent. I do like the kills in the movie. This one is a brutal bitch. I mean, Michael is doing all kinds of shit to everybody in this fucking movie. It's cool to see some of the original cast of the original Halloween movie in this movie. Very, very, very authentic to what is being trying to be pushed. And another thing, like I said, the score by John Carpenter, and I didn't mention that earlier, but it's epic. I love the theme of the Halloween theme is one of those classic themes that you, once it's in your head, it's in your head. It's just legendary. It's beautiful. I have to say that a couple of scenes in the movie, I know may rub in and out. Especially scene with the couple And you know, I'm talking about the gay couple, but I kind of feel like I know I heard some people say, I said, but maybe was mocking the. Nah, I think it was just a scene that was, you know, meant for comical stat. You got two comedical actors. You also had Michael McDonald that played on Mad TV and it's done Austin Powers and shit like that. So I don't get that part right there. I think you know how it is. Somebody has to be offended by something. But I personally thought H2. I mean, I'm sorry, I was getting flipped up. Halloween Kills was pretty okay. Here's the cons of the movie. I think they should have had Laurie Strode in the fucking movie. She wasn't really in the damn movie, man. She was in the hospital. They made it seem like she was from the kick ass and all that. But no, that did not happen. It was kind of messed up how the person that was in the asylum, how they made him seem like he was actually Michael Myers when of course he wasn't. And he ends up jumping out of a building and then so that was kind of, yeah, man, Halloween's Kills. I mean, it was a decent movie in my opinion. I mean, like I said, you're gonna have your critics that are gonna push it this way and that way, but yeah, it's also this will be leading to Halloween Ends, which will be coming out whenever next year or the year after that. I don't know. But yeah, this has been me rambling, but talking about the Halloween movies, and like I said, it's a bunch of series as it relates to horror movies that I've watched. The Nightmare on Elm Street series, the Friday the 13th series of all the movies that I've watched. So I might do another one where I could just critique, you know, them. But I wanted to do this because, of course, Halloween, and yeah, just wanted to show my carving and my pumpkin that me and my little cousin worked on. But yeah, I wanted to say Happy Halloween, trick or treat. To be treatable with treats. Okay, guys, this is Jugget82 signing off. You guys have a good one.